want to start recording?
Yep, we're recording.
Okay, cool. All right. Hello. Good evening, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I am Bonnie Altrudo, for those of you who don't know me. And I am really excited for what we're doing right now, what we're going into. I'm about 2 months into this business, and just really excited about the growth that we've already seen on our team. Our team is just really rocking it out and doing awesome things. And so all of you tonight that got on tonight's Zoom, I want to say you're in the right place at the right time, and plugging in is going to be your best friend. So the more that you're able to get on the calls, the Zooms, learn from the people that are doing things that where you want to go and be, that's going to be your biggest blessing. So it's just like in any other job that you start. My previous job, I'm an RN, and to talk about that a little bit, I remember when I started as a labor and delivery nurse, that was my first job out of school, which it was high risk, really intense, and I remember being scared to death. Like, okay, these people can come in and be having a baby right away. I have no idea what I'm doing. They could come in with high blood pressure, and you have to push certain meds and be able to start an IV in a hot second. And I remember being scared out of my mind. But at the same time, like, it was so exciting to learn and follow these nurses who knew what they were doing. And I just would be like their little puppy dog because I wanted to be a great nurse. I wanted to be good at what I did. And I became that, but I didn't start that way. So my point is, you might be new, you might be a little bit scared, you might not know exactly what you got yourself into, but I want to tell you that if you will just allow yourself to learn and do what the leaders show you to do every single day, stay consistent, stay excited, you're going to blow yourself away with what your potential is going to be with this opportunity. Specifically, this company, this product, we haven't seen anything yet. We really haven't seen anything yet with what is happening. So I did hear, and I won't quote any numbers because I don't know them specifically, but I did hear that we are one of the only 2 companies that have done a certain number ever in this industry. You guys, that's pretty awesome. We haven't even officially launched this company. So we're still in the pre-launch state. Which is so, it's just, in our lifetime, will we ever see this again? I don't believe so. I don't think that we'll ever have another company that will come in with a known product that has proven results, a proven track record, so many incredible testimonials, that is affordable. HGH injections, you're talking $1,500 a pop, $7,000 for like a 4-month span or something. That's crazy. Like, that's crazy, right? And you can't do it long term. Like, there's so many side effects that you can only do it for a certain amount of time. So to be able to offer our friends, our family, people that we meet, we might not know anything about them, or they might not know that they need this product, but then they try it and they realize, oh my gosh, I didn't realize I wasn't sleeping well, or I didn't realize I had crazy anxiety, or whatever. I'll give my example of being on the airplane a couple weeks ago. I hate flying. I love to travel. I hate flying. It scares me to death, only since kids. Before that, I was like, woo, probably would have sky jumped. But, I don't enjoy it anymore. And my sister lives in Hong Kong. She's been trying to get me to come over there for like 10 years, and I won't do it because it's too far. Like 4 hours is my max, San Diego. That's about as far as I'll travel, Dominican. But I was totally fine on this last flight. I didn't have sweaty palms. I usually squeeze my husband's hand to death and freak out. And I had no ailments. Like that mind just didn't go there. And that's because it has this adrenal support that is really giving you that just peace and calmness. And it helps me with my anxiety of that. And I'm not an anxious person typically, but with that one thing I am. So, and that was something that I never would have even suspected would have happened. So I tell everybody, just try it. You guys, you have nothing to lose. 30-day money back guarantee, no questions asked. And if they're skeptical, You know what I tell them? I say, prove me wrong. Try the product. The company will buy it back. Prove me wrong. If you don't like it, you lose nothing. You'll get your money back, right? So, and I think that's fun. Like, prove the skeptics wrong. But okay, so tonight I want to bring on Wendy to talk about. I love Miss Wendy.
Hello.
Just to talk about what she's been doing. She's just, she was with me in my previous company, and she's just an incredible woman, an amazing leader, and so passionate about what the product has done for her that she's just awesome at sharing. And she's going to share her story a little bit, and then we'll ask her some questions.
Okay. So I guess, do I share my background first?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess I'm a mom of 3. I have a 29, 26, and 19-year-old. And then I have 2 grandbabies. So they are just the apples of my eye. I love them so much. So I've got the kids, and then I was in marketing at a life science company for about 16 years before this. And then I started with the other network marketing company for about 4 years, but didn't have much success with really getting anybody on board. I just wasn't too much of a believer in the business model necessarily. But I like the products, but there wasn't one that was like, oh my God, this is life changing. So when I found out what Bonnie was doing, I was like, this could be something really great. And my first thought for this product was I was hoping to help my dad. He has like neuropathy, lymphedema, Parkinson's. He's got the plethora of diseases. And my hope was to get him to be able to golf again. Makes me cry. So starting him on this was a really good thing for me. And he's already starting to walk better. His outlook is more positive. Everything about it is more positive. So believing in this, for me, has been great. It's changed my dad's life, my life. I'm sleeping better. My joints are better. Everything is better. So just that testimonial alone speaks volumes for this product, this company, and why I'm so passionate about it. I didn't expect to cry.
I love that, though. I love how passionate you are. And I saw Emery posting the thing. We can't believe you're a grandma.
Oh.
I tell her that all the time. I'm like, excuse me, you're like 30.
Yeah. Being a grandma is the greatest. Who knew?
But you look amazing. And that testimony, I feel like, when you shared that, and he had amazing results just with his pictures.
Yeah.
Side by side. Will you post those tonight in this thread on the page?
Yeah.
You guys go look at the before and after for that. It's mind blowing.
Yeah, that was 30 days. Even just his outlook on life is better. It's crazy to see the guy that used to be sitting in a chair, like almost thinking, okay, what's next? I'm just going to sit here, to now like being excited to go out, being excited to see his friends. And like, everyone notices this whole new dad. And that's so good. And even my mom had knee replacement surgery, so she's on it too. And she's doing so well. Her outlook is so positive. 7 weeks and she's driving again. She's recovered like crazy. So I'm like, this is so healing for them that I can't help but be a proponent of it because it's working so well. I see it. So that's just puts more faith into when I go out and talk to people, I'm like, no, this stuff works. I'm sleeping so good. I see the results in my family, my friends, my other friends who are on it are saying how great they feel. So how can you not go back? I almost feel bad if I don't share it with somebody that I talk to. I almost feel like I'm being mean. If I hear them say I'm not sleeping, or if I hear them say my joints hurt or whatever, I'm like, oh my God, I have something for you. You've got to try it. So I've met people first time talking to them and I'm like, oh no, you got to try this. I'm so excited about it. So that's kind of what I'm doing.
That's awesome. So I was going to go there next. So how you're obviously utilizing social media, you're posting. Mm-hmm. What else are you doing daily?
I send text messages. I send instant messages. I call people. I talk to a ton of people. I go to a workout class at the Y 4 times a week. So I talk to the girls at the Y. They see how I'm doing, my energy level, all that kind of stuff. So they're always like, all right, what are you doing? So I talk to the girls at the Y. I just send text messages to friends that I haven't seen in a while, or friends that I'm talking to now that don't know what I'm doing. So I've got old colleagues. I have friends all over the States now. So I've reached out to a lot of my old classmates. I had a class reunion, so I talked to everybody there. But every day I'm doing either a post on Facebook about either how I'm feeling or something about the product or family pictures, something. And then also talking to people as I'm going about my day. So I'm constantly, anytime I hear somebody, I always want to help somebody. So if I hear them saying anything, I feed into that with, you got to try this. So that's kind of my day to day.
So I get this question a lot. If you're in person and you're talking about it in person, how does that conversation look for you? You say you've got to try it, and then what? Because so many people get stuck in person. They're scared in person. It's easy to hide behind the computer. And I want everyone to understand, like you said, we're sharing a gift. Like, we have to look at it as we are blessing others with a product that is truly life-changing and an opportunity that's truly life-changing. And so how can we convey that in person as we talk to people not behind a computer? So give an example. If you meet me and I say, I have not been sleeping, I just am so tired. Okay.
And I say, oh my gosh, Bonnie, I have something for you. I've started doing this new HGH gel. It is amazing. I started using it and I am sleeping like you would not believe. I apply it twice a day, works super fast. I'm sleeping amazing. I said, it's given me, do your joints hurt? If your joints hurt, oh my gosh, my joints feel so much better. And then they say, how much is it? And I'll tell them, it's $149 a bottle, lasts about 2 months, but you will love it. Nobody has even really brought up price for me.
No, I haven't had that issue either.
It's been an issue. It's like, okay. And then we kind of move on. So I've never had to combat the problem of, oh my gosh, that sounds expensive. Or if I have, I've said it's so worth it. But so I just kind of start with, you got to do this because
your own results.
And then I say, let me put you on this testimonials page. You can read how other people are feeling about it. There's so many other customers who are having the same issues with sleep or having the same issues with whatever they're having, and they can read their testimonials. So I always say, it's not just me. There's thousands of other people that you can read about and see their testimonials as well. And I also tell them that's 100% money back guarantee. Like, there's nothing to lose. You got to try it.
Right. So did y'all hear that? It's the conviction in her. She's tried it. And when she talks about it, you want to try it because she's so excited and passionate about it. And that's what you have to have. And if you haven't tried it before, so many people say, well, I just got started on it, or I'm still waiting on my shipment. I knew, what do I do? Share other people's testimonials when you're talking to them. You can say, you know what? I'm waiting on my shipment, but my friend has been using this product for 3 months, and this is what she told me, and I've read on the testimonial page, and there's so many testimonies about different things, and give a couple things. People are saying that they've lost weight, that they sleep better, that they have more energy, their mood is better, that they're feeling more calm and peaceful, whatever. Quick things. Give you your 5-second commercial. You don't want to go on too much, but a 5-second commercial is really, really great. But when she talks about it, y'all just listen to her. You hear that passion in it, and that is what sells. That's what sells right there. It's just her saying how much it's helped her. I mean, listening to her cry about what it's done for her dad and her mom. I'd want to buy it, right? You have to have passion. That sells. You don't have to know everything about the product and all the ingredients and all the certifications and who formulated it and all the stuff. We're not doctors. We don't need that info for the majority of people if we're not talking to doctors. We just have to have passion behind it. We're reps, y'all. We're reps for a company that has an incredible product, and it's only our job to share it. Okay, so share those stories. Okay, so that's what you do, and that's like the daily. What about follow-up? How many times would you say that it's taken you to follow up with a certain person until they'll order or join your company, join your team?
Usually for customers, it's some are just like that minute they sign up. Others or are like maybe 2 or 3 follow-ups of, hey, what'd you think? Are you still interested? Let me know what I can do. Have you seen the testimonials page? And then distributors, I've had my first 2 almost before I even started the product. And then now I've got like 2 or 3 more that are on the edge. And I'm like, I probably need to get up 3-way calls with you and just have them join in, because they are right there, so ready. And every time I talk to one today, and she's like, maybe I'll do it out. She's leaving for Hawaii to go see her son for a month. She's like, well, let me do it right when I get back. And then there's another one. She's like, yes, I want to do it. And another guy in Colorado who's like, I have 4 guys because he's a fitness trainer. He's like, I have 4 guys that want to start. And I said, well, why don't you become a distributor? Why let me make the money? Why don't you make the money? Mm-hmm. So
exactly, that's perfect.
So I'm working on them, but I probably need a little more help.
Well, and here's the thing, and I'll say that utilize your upline, and not because Wendy can't seal the deal. It's just the same thing as I can say something 15 times to people I know, but then they hear it from somebody else. It could be said the same way, but it's someone else saying it and has more credibility. I don't know why that is, but in this industry, I assure you it is.
But it works.
So if you have somebody like that that's kind of on the fence, do get them on with someone else that's your upline to help, because it does. It's just that it's someone else saying the same thing. It's so crazy, but I'm telling you, I've seen it a million times over. So don't hesitate. That's what we're here for. You're not bugging us. That's what we're here for. This is my full-time gig. This is what I do all day. I mean, I work this business, around my family, but I would say I give it a good 8 to 10 hours daily right now. So, if you send me a text, I don't get right back to you. I get back to you as fast as I can, and I'm happy to help at any time. So if you are in my team, don't hesitate for that. And I know that the other ladies that are leaders on this team as well. So, okay. So what else? What else do you do?
I know I try to comment and support our own team. I love to do that. I want to make sure that everybody else is supported. And it's been such great teamwork. I've loved that. This has been a really good, I feel like we're all sisters just helping each other out. That's been wonderful. So I go in and I do a lot of commenting to make sure that other people are getting some comments on their posts as well. So that's part of my day. I consider it part of my job. I used to do marketing, so I know I consider it kind of, this is part of my email campaign. This is part of my social media campaign. So I kind of section it off that way and make sure that I am doing something for my job and to support my team every day.
Yes, you're very good at that. And that's a great point too. Like I always say, we create our own momentum. Anytime that you see a company that's going crazy and social media is awesome, we can show it. Anytime that you see that happening, they're creating their own momentum. It's not the product necessarily that's doing it. In our case, it kind of is, but it's not always that. You can create momentum in anything. You can sell toilet paper, you can sell paper towels, you can sell dirty socks if you create your own momentum. So it really does come down to what she's saying. Support each other, love each other, comment on each other's thing, because every time, especially on social media, the way it works with the algorithms, when you get something commented on, it pops back up in the newsfeed. So if I was on social media in the morning and Wendy posted something in the afternoon and I wasn't on social media, but then in the evening I looked again and more people commented on it, it would have popped back up and it would have been in my feed. Mm-hmm. So the more that you don't just like stuff, if it's someone that you see posting about our products, definitely you want to like it, but also make a comment on it, because that's what boosts it up in the algorithm. And it could be anything. The gifts are great. Find a good, woohoo, I always use those or something. You don't always have to write some long thing. That's great if you want to put a little something, but just excitement, that's what sells, that excitement and passion. Is awesome. So I think that you're absolutely correct, and that's what it is. And I want to touch on one more thing regarding social media. Sometimes you have good, sometimes you have bad. You're going to have some haters. You're going to see some stuff. You guys, here's the real deal. We are a new company with an incredible product that's going viral and breaking record industry numbers. You're going to have hate. This company has absolutely taken some of the best from all different companies. Okay? Top leaders from all different companies. Do you think we've made them mad? Yep, we have. So you have to stand firm, and when you see somebody that says, oh, I saw this post that says it's a scam, they're all scams. You know, at some point, that's what they say about every single company. You've used the product. If you hadn't, you wouldn't be a part of this team. You know, if you didn't have your own results and believe in it, you wouldn't be a part of it. Don't let your head go there, okay? You know that the product works, or again, you wouldn't be here. And when you have people bring it up, stand firm. Don't let it sway you to a negative place. It literally is just one of those things where people want to take you down because you're doing amazing things, and that's life. That is truly, truly life. It could be anything in the world. I mean, we own restaurants. It could be competition with, you know, Starbucks or Panera Bread, and someone wants to take us down. I mean, we had somebody try to sue us and said he ate some rust thing in his chili, and the manufacturer from the chili was like, we don't use anything rust. But you know what I'm saying? It's just life. And you have to understand that it's also business. And so don't dwell on it. Don't read into it, and don't give attention to it. Whatever you throw your mind to, positive or negative, you'll create. If you believe you can in this industry, you will. If you believe you can't, you won't. If you believe we're going to go big, high places, we're going to. And we'll go with or without anybody that wants to come or doesn't want to come. That's the truth. So don't worry about the negativity. Don't post it in our team pages, because again, it feeds, and we don't want that. We want to keep a positive environment. So if you have questions or you saw something, you know, that you're unsure of or have a question, go to your upline. That's the right thing to do. It's okay to say, hey, I saw this. I don't know what the heck is going on. You know, help me out. That's fine. We'll get on the phone with you. Put your fears to rest. We've seen it all. Trust me, if you've seen it, we've seen it. It's not my first rodeo. I know it's not Rachel's. It's not Anna Marie's. It's not Rochelle's. It's not Kim's. And for some of you, it's not yours, Jennifer's. I know it's not a lot of yours. So we have seen everything that you can imagine in the industry, and we're not shocked by it. But if you're new to this industry, you might be. So let us help you with that, and just make sure that what we keep on our team pages is always just positive and helpful and moving forward. All right, Wendy, what else? What else do you want to talk about? I'll kind of give you the floor just to.
I know, I'm like,
I know. Business tips, favorite books, favorite quotes, what inspires you?
Inspiring me really is helping others. I love to make others feel good. So the more I can do that, the better I feel. Trying to think. Yeah, if there is any negativity, no one's really given me too much negative, so that's good. And if they do say, oh, it's not going to work, or if they say anything to, oh, it's such a small dose, it's not really going to do anything. Like, I've seen it. I feel it. Look at my dad. Look at my mom. Look at some of the other pictures and some of the other testimonials. So I'm like, no, try it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't then tell me. If it's after 3 months, if you feel nothing, okay, then I might be like, all right, maybe you've got something for you. But otherwise, I don't let the haters or the negativity come in. So
I love that. She said 3 months. That's accurate. I heard Stephanie Martin say this too. If they're not going to give it 3 months, I would say don't try it too, because everyone's different. Now, in my experience, the longest it's taken somebody has been about 3 to 4 weeks. But I do know that there are people that have taken 2 to 3 months. So I do think that it's important when we say, look, it's not going to be like injections. It's not synthetic. You're not going to have these overnight results, it's going to take some time, and it just depends on your body and in a multitude of things, right? Everyone's different with anything. I mean, you could take a vitamin supplement and it might take somebody 2 days and it might take someone else 2 months. Mm-hmm. So I do think that that's important that she said that 3 months.
Have you ever done like a group, like when you have all of your customers, have you ever done emails, like group emails for follow-up with them because right now I'll do like a text or a instant message to see after like 3 days, 7 days, 2 weeks, how's it going on the gel? Just to get some updates. Is that what you guys normally do, or do you do anything different for follow-up just to see how they're doing?
So I think something that's super important, because customers are like our bread and butter. That's how we get paid. You know, that's the longevity of the company. We need them. I think to send our handwritten thank you card goes a really long way. So if y'all are not doing that, start it today. Even if you signed up somebody 2 or 3 months ago, send them a card. You can send them Christmas cards too, whatever. I mean, they're supporting your small business, and there's something about personal touch that's so important. But yes, I always follow up in like text or Facebook or however we communicated the first time, and just say about 7 to 10 business days. Did you get your products yet? Do you have any questions? I also am emailing them when they order within 3 days, instructions on how to use the product. It says, thank you so much for your order, blah, blah, blah. I think we have that posted. Yeah, so I send that out within a couple days, and then I follow up in that 7 to 10 days, make sure they got their product, see if they have questions. And then after about another 7 to 10 days, I follow up and just say, how's it going so far with the gel, and that's it, smiley or whatever. Like, how are you liking the gel so far? And they'll usually say, and sometimes it'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm sleeping really good and I've noticed some energy. Or sometimes it'll be like, I haven't really noticed anything. I'm like, that's okay. How many times are you using it? So if they haven't noticed anything by that point, I'll say, how many times are you using it a day? Are you drinking a bunch of water? And if they're using it like twice, or sometimes you'll find out, well, I kind of forgot. It's one of those things. Well, I have it, but it's just on a shelf. I'm like, well, you kind of got to use it. But, if they say they're doing it consistently twice a day and drinking enough water and all those things, then I'll say, why don't you try smaller, a little bit less, but 3 times a day, because it is short active. Yeah. So if I can get them to do right when you wake up, because when your blood sugar is the lowest, that's when you're going to have great absorption. And then like the noonish time, or, that 3 o'clock witching hour when they're craving sugar or caffeine, and then right before bed. So if they're not noticing results, I feel like they start seeing them if they can do it 3 times a
day. Okay, that's good. Yeah. And then I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Go.
I've also told people, like, some people weren't sleeping well. Neither was I at first. I had to switch my time for my second dose to around 2 or 3. Mm-hmm. And then it changed dramatically I'm sleeping so good since I did that. So I pretty much sent an email to everyone individually, but told them, hey, just in case, if you're not sleeping well, try this. Mm-hmm. And so many of my customers replied back to me with like, oh my God, that worked wonders. So now even in my instructions that I send to them after 3 days before, or like 3 days after they've ordered, I put in there, try this, just do your morning dose, and then do, if you can, a 3 o'clock dose. And because I know most people that were doing it before bed were like, I can't sleep now.
Yeah, because it gives you energy. Everybody's different.
Yeah,
I think that's a great thing to add to people, because, like I said, everybody is different, and some people use it and it makes them go right to sleep at night. But some people, I know in the beginning, and I think your body changes with it too, because in the beginning I felt like I was like that. I was kind of restless at first, but when I was asleep, I would sleep great, but I might wake up here and there. And now I sleep like a rock even when I don't take it. And that's that homeopathic part, that it's made my body kind of kick in and produce more of its own HGH on those days you don't take it. So, I mean, I actually went 3 days without taking it because I just got crazy. We were traveling and forgot about it. And it was like I was still using it. I slept like a rock. I had more energy. Now I'm 3 months in. Yeah. But that's crazy, because before, when I would take those 2 days off, I could totally tell. I wasn't sleeping the same. My energy wasn't the same. My mood wasn't the same, you know, so it's crazy how the longer you use it, that it's just more and more benefits. And they do say 6 months, but I love the option of saying if you are having trouble sleeping, to do it in the afternoon. I think that's a good option.
Yeah.
Any other things that you can think of, or if not, we'll open it up for questions.
Yeah, not that I can think of.
Okay. All right. Does anyone have questions for Wendy or myself? You can put it in the chat, or y'all can unmute yourself and ask. And like I said before, don't hesitate to ask a question, because if you're thinking of it, someone definitely is. Okay. No question is dumb, because we're all learning together as we go. Don't be shy. Okay, how much if you do 3 times a day? I mean, just like a blueberry, just like a blueberry size. Yeah, I wouldn't do a huge amount if you're doing it 3 times a day, because again, it's supposed to last like 3 hours or so. So you're going to have more of a consistent dose. So you don't need so much of a loading dose. And I tell people too, like that are just starting, if they can try it like that, if they want to get a little bit more, they can do a little bit more and do it 3 times a day, because they're definitely going to see results faster that way. But you'll run into people that are like, oh my gosh, I barely used anything, and they feel something day one. It's crazy. I mean, it was the second day for me that I noticed a difference in my sleep and stuff. Okay, what else? What other questions do y'all have? Michelle, yes, that's accurate. When your blood sugar is the lowest, you'll get the best results. That's why it's great to wake up and put it on before you eat, drink, anything. You just set it by your bed, pop out of bed. It's the same thing when you're trying to, I used to tell people this when I worked as a labor nurse. If you're trying to get pregnant, take your tent in the first thing in the morning, because that's when it's accurate. So it's kind of the same thing. Use that gel right when you wake up. Don't do anything else. Don't even move out of bed.
Hey, Bonnie, one of the questions in the chat was, how do you respond when the product's too expensive?
Oh, okay. So this goes back to your belief when you're talking to people. You got to sell the value. So I never, ever, ever get kickback on price. Not once. I think I have 28 customers personally, and I've not had one issue with price. And the reason is because I sell the value. And that is this: when you're showing them the video and then you put them in that testimonial page, they can read what everyone is saying, right? That's why we're all adding to that page and sharing what it's doing for us so that they can see what it's doing. And then I say, look, like, I used to take all these supplements to do XYZ, and now I literally get to use this gel. I mean, people hate taking supplements. Like, they do. They take them, but how many times do you start out like gung-ho on a regimen, right? You're like, okay, I'm going to take fish oil and vitamins and hair, skin, and nails and all these things, and then at some point you're like, I'm so sick of swallowing pills. So I say that too. I'm like, look, you don't even have to do all those things. This one gel that you use twice a day does all these things. And then tell them what it's done for you. It's helping me sleep. It's helping my hair, skin, and nails grow. My skin is so soft. Not my skin grow, but you know what I'm saying? My hair and nails grow. My skin is so soft. My energy is up. My workouts, like, y'all, it's serious. Like, you get more lean muscle mass. Show pictures if you have pictures, like, of different things. Like, I have a picture that I need to share of my nails, because my nails are always brittle and break, and I mean, they're glowing like crazy. It's insane, and nothing else has ever helped that. No vitamin had ever, even prenatals. People say all these things help. Not my nails, but this gel has. So again, just sharing the value, sharing what it's done for you, and then just say, look, you have nothing to lose, because this, first of all, it can also last you 1 to 2 months. So if you break that down, it's even cheaper, you know, and then it's money back guarantee. So if they hate it, you don't lose anything, but they're not going to hate it. We don't have a 93% reorder rate because people hate it. So you can say that too. Look, 93% of people order this again and again and again. I think that speaks for itself. You should really just try it. But definitely share the value.
Hey, Bonnie, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, who is talking?
Catherine.
Oh, hi, Catherine.
Hi, loves. Hey, guys, how are y'all?
Good.
How are you, babe?
So you were talking about the skin. Holy cow, if y'all did not see my recent pictures.
Can I please see your pretty face?
Oh, girlfriend, it's not pretty at the moment. I'm in my glasses. I have nappy hair. Let's not do that.
Whatever.
But if y'all have not seen my before and after, like, I was in absolute utter shock. And if y'all want to use that, please, by all means, anybody use it. I had a couple people reach out. Of course, you can use anything of mine. But if that made me even more of a believer, I knew I was sleeping better. I haven't slept since my brother passed away almost 5 years ago. I don't sleep. And I'm finally sleeping, and I just look amazing. And I cannot believe that I'm actually saying that. But for the first time in my life, I can actually stand behind something because of what I see has changed in me.
Yeah, and I'll point out too, she actually was with my previous company for a hot minute too. And same thing as Wendy, just didn't really like fall in love with anything or the business model. And she's over here like people are just flocking to her, and it's because of her story. So when we say your story will sell, your story will sell.
It has, like, just from that, I've noticed more whenever I post something personally, like a selfie or a comparison, that's when I get the most, hey, tell me about this stuff. And because it's not like they're seeing, hey, she's a real person, and these aren't just, you know, some random photos or an ad type looking thing. But anyway, I thank y'all for your time. I just had to point out that I am in utter shock that my skin, I don't know if it's ever looked this good. So if you aren't...
Well, you're always beautiful, but you're extra glowing.
Well, I appreciate that. Even my husband goes, I mean, you were beautiful on our wedding date, which was only about 6 months ago. He goes, but the glow in you now is blowing my mind. So it's brought me back to life.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
So y'all have a good night.
You too. Thank you. Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can see this one. With cost. Oh, okay, hang on. Is auto ship required, or can we change the date since it lasts longer? Okay, so again, we highly recommend running your auto ship for 2 reasons. 1, so you have the product. 2, for you stay commission qualified. It is not mandatory. If you have 2 customers in that month, so either on auto ship or retail, that also makes you commission qualified. We do not have a mandatory auto ship. It's just highly recommended. So that way, let's say if you had 2 customers and someone sent theirs back for whatever reason, and you had a $5,000 paycheck, you risk losing it. Does that make sense? So to guarantee your check, we recommend auto ship. Do you have to do it? No. If you still have enough product and you've got 5 customers, you're probably not worried about it. It's okay. But we do recommend it highly.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one. Okay, Amy, I see what you're saying when people ask the cost. That's a tricky one. I hate it when they do that. I'll usually voice message them, and I'll just say, I do it in a voice message. So that way I can talk about the cheaper option. So I'll say, hey girl, I'll say, yeah, so it retails at $169.99. However, if you do preferred customer, which I always recommend because we don't have a commitment on it, it makes it $20 cheaper. and you can change it however you want. So if it lasts you 1 month, you can run it monthly. You can do 6 weeks. You can do every other month. Usually that's about the time frame is 1 to 2 months. I cannot wait for you to try it. I know you're going to love it. Would you like me to place your order, or do you want my site in a voice message?
Yeah.
So I automatically assume they want it, and I just give them the brief rundown.
Yeah.
Does that help? Don't say let me know. That's my big thing. Don't say let me know. If you say let me know, you're never going to know. They're not going to share. They're not going to tell you. They're not going to come back. You're going to be fishing in the dark. All right. Any other questions? Can you change the date to a month and a half? Yeah, I believe so. I mean, I haven't done that, but I know customers can. So I see Jennifer shaking her head. Yes. So reps can change the date a little bit out. Yeah. So just make sure that you stay commission qualified. But if you need to push it back a few weeks, apparently it's not a problem. But I highly recommend that we all use the product. I think it's very difficult to sell something that you're not passionate about. That's just me. I have to have passion about anything, or I'm not a salesperson.
Right.
And if you haven't, let's talk about like what your first goal should be every week. So we say this every single week. Every single week you should be striving to get 2 customers and 2 reps. And if y'all can do that weekly and teach your reps to do that weekly, you're going to be growing. You're going to be growing to, promoter, coordinator, coach, and more. So just strive for that weekly, and don't let a week go by without putting somebody in the system. We should always be doing that. And you're going to have weeks where you plant a lot of seeds and you didn't see very much harvest. And then the next week, you're going to see like all kinds of harvest. But you're not going to see that if you plant it. So consider us farmers. We have to plant the seeds, we have to water the seeds, and then we get the harvest. So we have to put in the work. That's the sending messages, liking and interacting with people. Make sure that you're still interacting with people. If you send them a message and they haven't responded, go back through your messages, see who they are, go to their page, interact with them with nothing to do with business. Just find a picture, like it, comment on it. Oh, it looks like a great day. Heart, whatever. Or I love your shirt. Where'd you get it? Or whatever. You need to interact with your friends. It is a relationship business. And if you only talk to them because you want them on your team or you want to sell, you're not going to go very far. So make sure that you are watering it. That's the watering part. And then you follow up. Remember that it takes 7 to 10 times on average to follow up with people before they'll actually join you or order from you. So make sure that you don't get discouraged when they ignore your message a million times. I always smile. I look through my messages and I'm like, oh, she still hasn't responded. What a sweetheart. Okay. Hey girl, how was your day? Are you still interested in trying the gel? Or I would still love to chat with you. Do you have time today? It's always a question, but don't get upset. Don't get discouraged. It just means not right now, or they don't know enough information. So just stay with them. Continue to love on them. Yes, as Jennifer says, don't take it personally. It's okay. It's like, I always say, it's like the people in the mall. What are those kiosk things? They stand in the center and you walk past them and you're in a really big hurry because I hate freaking shopping in a mall. And you're like running to get what you need because you're like, gosh darn it, I couldn't find it on Amazon. So you're running down the mall trying to find what you need real quick. And they're like, oh man, do you want to try this something thing from, Timbuktu and it smells really good? And you're like, no. But you're not being rude. You just don't want to stop and have them put glitter in your hair today. Like, it's okay. It's not personal. And take that the same way as your business. They're not saying to you, no. They just don't have enough information. If they're ignoring you, they don't have enough information about the product. They may think you're crazy. They may not know anything about the industry. Like, you don't know. So your job is to share and then love them, drip on them, and then follow up with them again. And things change. every 6 months, people have major life changes. Could be a move, a job change, a baby. We don't know. But every 6 months, people have changes. And you're going to see that as you go through the years in this industry. You're going to see people that tell you, absolutely not, never in my wildest dreams would this ever happen. And then all of a sudden, boom, unfortunately, they might get divorced or something happens, and all of a sudden they're in a time of need, and they remember that you messaged them and said, look, I really think you should take a look at this. And then here they are, and they're the next rock star on your team. So don't ever discredit anybody. Don't be mad at them. Just keep loving them always. Be genuine. Have a heart to help everybody. That's going to take you far. 5. Okay, hang on. Okay, so when people say that they are interested in becoming a rep. Okay, so what I tell them is, look, I totally get it, but you could consider this as an investment to make money before that, because a lot of people can come in and make a few $100s their first month. You know, a couple to 500. I don't think that's crazy at all with this company. So I would say, look, I get it, but we are going to be insanely exploding come January, February, March. Like, that's just overall in the industry. But then you have a health and wellness product. And what does everyone want after the holidays? Well, their credit cards are maxed out, so they're looking for money. And they all want to lose weight and feel better and have energy because they've eaten and, you know, done all the things. And so this industry, our product, will blow up. So I tell everybody, grab your spot now. You know, let's start reaching out. I'll help you. We have a simple system. We plug them into the page that shows the testimonials. We plug them into a video that helps you sell the product itself. And we can help you with that. But, like, if you don't have the money, then you definitely shouldn't put this on the back burner. Like, don't wait, because your friends, here's a good line, write this down. Your friends are going to hear about it very soon anyway. And you want to be the one to tell them. And that's the truth, because we don't have a company that's been around for a long time where everybody knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. That's not us. We're new, and we're growing at an insane pace. So if you don't tell somebody, they're going to hear it from somebody else. So I tell your friends that, get in. That way they hear it from you. You don't want, you know, me to sign up your friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. And yes, Heather, she'd been planting seeds and planting seeds and planting seeds, and then all of a sudden, boom, she's got 5 customers this week. So you never know. You got to plant the seeds, though. You got to plant, water, and then harvest. Oh, and here's another thing. When you have people on your team, if you've signed up 1 person or 85 people, you're all of a sudden their leader. You are a leader. And if your pace will set the tone for your team. So if you're working and you're plugging in and you're showing up to the Zooms and you're putting the work and effort in and signing people, then they will. Okay? You can't bring them in and do nothing. They're not going to do anything either. They're looking to you to show them the pace. You have to do that if you want to go fast. And we want to go fast. I got a word today that was basically, we don't want to be anything less than coach by the time we launch the company.
Ooh.
Anything less than coach. So go coach.
Do it.
All right. Any other questions? Anybody? Questions, concerns, whatever? Yes, go coach. And that's when you get the car bonus, y'all. That's an extra $700 on your paycheck.
Huge.
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 Yeah. And that's when you open up the extra bonuses, and it's awesome. So you want to definitely get there, and you want to help your team get there, and you want to do it quick. All right, well, if we do not have any questions, then I will let y'all all go and have a good night. Thank you again for plugging in. Again, this is part of your job. I say all the time, if you're plugging in, it's like showing up to your meetings at some other job. And if you act like you have to clock in and you have to work this business, it'll pay you better than any business ever has. So trust the process. If you've done this before, you know it. If you've not done this before, trust me when I say you need to put in a lot more time than what your paycheck is going to show in the beginning. But eventually, you're going to put in a lot less time, and you're going to be getting paid money that you've never, ever even fathomed. So put in the time. It's worth it. You're worth it. Your family is worth it. And y'all, I don't think we'll ever, ever see the perfect combination of a product like this and a ground floor opportunity come together again in our life. So let's go big. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
You too. Bye.
Bye.